Well, hello everyone and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you for joining me today. You saw yesterday I did a little shop hopping. Well, today I'm going to be sewing two of the clues. The first one I will be doing is from the shop called Fat Tuesday. It's Fat Tuesday Fabrics and Gifts. Their pattern was pretty straightforward. I don't even have to pull it out of the plastic because I can see how it goes. This is our sky, so it's up at the top. This is our water, it's down at the bottom. And I am going to press these. So guys, welcome. How are you doing? I'm just going ahead and getting sewing here, and I know I don't have to do this, but I'm going to because I like how it just makes my fabric a little stiffer and makes it flat. So I am going to press this. I am going to do the one that I got from Haberdashery. I'm going to do it on its own because it is a paper piecing, a foundation paper piecing. So I want to do that one on its own. That one there looks like it's got a dark streak in it. I don't know if that's supposed to be there, but I hope it is. Oh, it looks like I need to give this one here a good little trim, because it's kind of raveling pretty bad. I'm going to go on and spray it and give it a trim. And all I'm going to do is just trim it up and make sure it's an even size. I'm not exactly sure what the size is supposed to be. Let me get my ruler and see what it is from end to end, because I know from top to bottom it's not going to be the same because one side of it's longer than the other side. So with this piece, I can already tell it's not even the length of this one. See, I don't know if you can tell that. I don't know. We'll try to make it work, but you know, my famous saying, it is what it is, and I can't make it something it ain't. So going to move my board there. I've got to cut this one down. It's hard to cut it down when you know it's not the right size, but I'm just going to cut it down. And we're just going to sew it like this. I don't care. It is what it is. And we're going to make the most of it. So I got my cattails. I'm going to turn them, make sure my cattails and my pelican are turned the same way. I'm going to try to center that. So, you know, we're going to make it work. We're going to make it the size it needs to be because we want all of our blocks to come out right. So we're going to do this side, and I think we're supposed to press towards the middle piece, which should be fine. Make sure I got everything here. And we're also going to try to center this piece here, since that piece is like it's about 1/4 of an inch, not tall enough. Pretty close to that 1/4 of an inch, actually. But we're not going to let it bother us. We know how to fix things like that. So we have to press towards the inside. So what I am going to do is just do this. Now guys, y'all know we're not doing a Saturday sew along anymore. Well, for the month of March, not anymore forever, no more, but just for the month of March, we will be finishing up projects that we have going on. I'm trying not to start anything new here, but here I am doing my shop hop blocks, but that's okay. A shop hop block isn't bad. It's a good thing to do. kind of breaks up the monotony of what I have going on. I am going to be catching up with my land that I love. I had that one block that I missed, and I'm going to be catching up with that block. I will be getting it done. And Nanette, I did get your card. I wanted to tell you, thank you so much. I did not get my mail I didn't get my mail for 2 weeks. So that's why I just got it today. I only get my mail on Fridays because that's when I'm off of work and I can go by the post office during daylight times. And I did get your card, and I don't think I have it in here with me. I will grab it. Let me grab it right now. 1 second, guys. Okay, so it is Nanette from Lawrence, Kansas. And Nanette sent me some cute little things. And Nanette, I know what I'm going to use these for already. As soon as I opened them, I was like, I know what I'm using those for. I am going to be doing some random blocks that has a square in the center. And I'm going to fussy cut these into the center. Y'all, is this not the cutest? Got us a little bear, some bunnies. Looks like squirrels, and that looks like a fox. But look at these little mice. I'm going to use these as the center blocks. And then what I'm going to do is I'm taking 2 of them and putting them together, because I'm going to try to have the blocks end up about 12.5 inches. And that way I can use 2 of them, put them together, and I can have a 12-inch pillow for my grandbabies. So is this some cute little elephants? And then we have the sheeps. So as soon as I opened it up and I saw these, I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing with those. Because my grandson, I don't know about my granddaughter because I don't get to see her very often. I was supposed to have her the day you're seeing this. I was supposed to have her today, but her mama decided they were going to go to her mama's house. So I don't get to see her this weekend. Hopefully soon, but I still am not wanting to keep her by myself, because she just starts crying when and I know why she does it. Every time she sees me, she's terrified that I'm going to take her away from her mama, and her mama's going to leave. Even though when she stays with me, within 5 minutes, she's fine of her mama leaving. But I don't like putting her through that initial trauma, because she got like that when her daddy was so far away, you know. Now, granted, he left when she was 3 months, but y'all can't tell me babies don't remember or don't realize things like that, because she's always, now granted, she had only her mama for a very long time, and now my son is back, but she terribly has separation anxiety. So I'm not doing that to her. Her mama they were supposed to come over here and just spend the day, and I was going to take her to the children's museum, but her mama decided to go, you know, to another state, to her mama's house, which I hate I didn't get to see her, but I know she doesn't get to see her mama either. So we're just hoping that she should come home probably sometime next week, hopefully. She has an an internship, an interview for an internship there. I don't know how my son and her will figure that one out, but it's an internship, great opportunity for her. And I understand she's young and she feels the need to get her own identity. Because once she got married, you know, she became my son's wife. And then now she's the baby's mama. So she's trying to get her identity back. But, you know, kids nowadays don't realize, you know, back when I had my kids, once you had kids, that was it. It was all about them babies. And it still is, for me anyway, because I talk to my youngest every day, and I think she talks to the others. And if there was ever a problem, I'd probably know about it, hopefully. Probably not. They talk to each other. They don't want to worry me because they know I worry. I worry about them all. Even though they adults, grown, got their own kids, married, you know, I still worry. Because when they were sick, I was the one that got called to bring stuff, and I had my daughter-in-law. I was like, "Can y'all just do a grocery pickup, because I don't know what y'all need. I didn't know what the baby could drink, because I know none of my children could drink that Pedialyte. They just could not do it. They didn't like it, or I don't remember what it was, but they could not drink Pedialyte. But you let me buy a Sprite and some crackers, and they were good to go. Now me, I can't do the Sprite. That's too sugary. I had to do straight cold water. But I don't know. I'm hoping I get to see her pretty soon. But anyway, my grandson, you can tell when he gets tired because he starts throwing the pillows on the sofa onto the ground so he can lay down and take a nap. He likes his naps. I like him to have his naps because he is a handful, but he sleeps really good. Now, I did see my little granddaughter. I saw her last night because my daughter-in-law, something happened to my son's car. She had gone to see her grandparents, and on the way back, I mean, it's over an hour drive to her grandparents from where she's staying. And on the way back, something happened, and I told her what it sounded like to me was an alternator because she was losing power. And she thinks she might have overheated the transmission. I don't know I don't know how you would do that. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic or nothing like that, but you know, I don't know how that happens. But I just wanted to come on and do a real quick little video here. I'm trimming all these little hanging pieces here. I don't like all that hanging out. Okay, so block 1. We've got our pelican, our water, our sky. So that is block 1. I'll hold it up here for you. Maybe that'll make it easier. That's block 1. It may not be block 1, but it's the first block that I've done. So next, I have whale's tail. So this one here came from Common Thread Sewing Room. Y'all just can't believe that I did not know that was there. I mean, I am just kicking myself because I did not know they were there. And I have Google searched for quilt shops in the area, and I never saw it. I just don't know how I missed it. But I did. So, okay, this is a quilt block pattern by Burlap and Blossom Patterns. 6, 9, 12, 18, and 24-inch finished blocks. Seam allowances are 1/4. Press seams open recommended. I don't know what size I'm supposed to do. That block is 12.5, so I'm guessing this one is supposed to be 12.5. It looks like I may have to cut, okay, looks like I may have to cut some small blocks. Okay, I am going to do this one as a 12-inch block. I don't know if that's the size I'm supposed to do it. That's the size I'm doing it, because that one's a 12-inch block. Okay, so I have to cut some fabric here. I will bring you guys back as soon as I'm finished cutting all this fabric. Okay, guys, I got all my fabric cut. It's laying here, but I might have cut something wrong. This fabric, I'm thinking is supposed to be for the water, but it's an inch not tall enough this way. But the length of it was the length it's supposed to be for a block. This one here was the height of what this one should have been. So, I don't know. I might have cut it wrong. But this block is going to be an inch off, whatever. You know, I'm just like, it is what it is. You know, once again, there's nothing I can do. But these, I'm going to start on these. Now, these are all different cuts. They're different alphabets. I don't remember. I'm going to have to keep looking back and forth, you know, at sizes and stuff to see which one I'm supposed to be using. Right now, I'm going to be using these two. I'm thinking that is my B. I only needed one of these. And I am taking 2 G's, which is the dark blue. Little bitty things. Now, it tells me to draw a line on the back side of it. So, we're going to be doing, and I'm drawing the line just to stay on the safe side. Because I've probably already messed up enough that it's not going to be correct. Now, that first block, everything was pre-cut except for that one piece that I just had to cut in half. This one here, I'm having to cut all the fabric. I did not realize that because the first one, you know, everything was already cut. But let's see how we do this. We're going to kind of do snowballs. I mean, that's what it is. And it doesn't really matter how you do it as long as you do both of them on the same side or same edge. That's all that matters. Just line it up on there. And we're going to sew on that diagonal from corner to corner of that. And I'm sure we're going to trim it off and press it up. But what I am going to do is go ahead and sew the second one on. Make sure I have it turned. And we're on that corner correctly. Now this is going to be our whale tail. So now what I am going to do is trim this and press it. I'm just trimming at 1/4 inch. Of course, I need to pull my little pressing thing closer to me. That's going to require me to move some things out of the way, though. I have lots of stuff over here in the way, fabric-wise and everything else. But I noticed a lot of people said that they've had shop hops in their area, and some said that they haven't been to one in a while. Guys, I hope you can find shop hops in your local area because this is fabulous. This is my first one that I've done in person. This is our first piece that we did. Kind of hard to see there. But I'm going to lay that up here. Our next piece, we're taking an H, which is going to be the dark blue. We had to do 2 of those. I'm pretty certain this is what it is. And we are putting a C, and C is our light blue. So what I need to do is also draw a diagonal on both of these. Guys, I feel like I'm just not prepared on this one, but, you know, this is part of sewing. You have to, I do. I have to draw my diagonals, or otherwise I'll have a mess. And I'm thinking what this light blue is the sky, I believe. And that dark blue is our whale tail. Let's see what other piece that we'll need. We'll need a D. And our D is this. And we'll need to draw a diagonal on this one also. These will go different directions. So I won't be doing two of the same one. One will be on one side of the block. One side of the base fabric, and want to be on the other side of that base. And the base fabric is that dark blue. And these will be on the bottom of it. The little ones, I believe, are on the top, and the big blocks are on the bottom. I will show them to you as soon as I get them done. So now I've got all of my diagonals on here. So I'm going to press these just to get them flat. I'm not spraying them or anything. I just want to make sure they're nice and flat. So our first one, we will be putting the small square on the top right. Now I'm not going to trim these until I sew both of them on the top and the bottom one. And I'm only going to do them one at a time. I'm not going to chain stitch. Y'all, that thread cutter is about to drive me crazy. I can't wait to be able to get my machine serviced. So we have the top square, the little one. So now we're doing the big square. And it's going to go on the bottom left on this block. The next one, it'll go on the bottom right. So we're getting this one on here. Just want to make sure I'm lined up real good. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. And this one, the little square's top left. And then the big square will be bottom right. And once I get these on, I will trim them down and press them out. And I will show you what they look like once that is done. So these are our next pieces. So I'm going to go to, and it shows me sewing these two together. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm guessing this is going to make our tail top there, or the top of the tail. I am going to pin these seams together because I don't want them moving. And I will be down here. And I'm not too worried if this block is 1 inch off. And the reason of that is I can always add an inch sashing. I can use some of the remnant fabric from this, because the color that's not tall enough, I had some left on the length. I can piece a piece long enough to put on it to make it a 12.5 inch block. Now y'all notice I'm not pressing anything open. I don't do that. But I may do this. Now that 1/4 inch is too tiny to try to press it open. I may try it. I don't know. Let me see if I can get it. I'm going to spray it to see if I can get it to relax enough to open up. Let me press it open. Now I am just finger pressing this open. So I'm just going to lay my iron on it. And it looks like it did pretty good. That is our top of our tail, I'm guessing. Ooh, they have a bunch of these. Okay, well, I see this is going to go on the top of it. I'm going to go ahead and put this together, because the next one will be the bottom piece of the tail. I know I'm kind of doing it out of order, but hey, it's going to be put together anyway, and I already have the 2 pieces done. So I'll just work from top to bottom on it. I may try to open press this one also. Okay, so that's the top of the tail. So now we need to start on the bottom of the tail. It tells me E. I need to find what is E. That is going to be this. And then it tells me J. So which one is J? That's going to be the dark blue. And I need to draw a diagonal line on both of these. And guys, it's taking me longer to do this than I anticipated. But that is because I had to cut fabric. We're almost in here an hour already. But y'all aren't going to see me cutting all the fabric. Y'all ain't going to see that. So we do one of these on the right side. And then we do one on the left side of the other one. So not that it's a hard block. It's just a lot of little pieces. It's a pretty block though. I do like it. And I had said, I thought I was going to do, that one's on the right side, so this one needs to be on the left. Thought I was going to be doing the shop hop today, the day y'all are seeing this. But I think I'm going to hold off and do the rest of it next weekend, maybe. Just because the weather isn't supposed to be cooperating. Or do it next Friday, because next Saturday, I think, is my family reunion. And, oh, that reminds me, I got to get a lot of videos done because I'm going to be a week without a machine. I have these done. So now what I need to do is put my last piece in the center of those two. And that's going to make the base of the tail. I'm going to have to trim this up because it's not, one piece is a little longer than the other. So now I'm going to just take that, and what I'm doing is lining it up at the top, the corner, and everything. Okay, and I'm just going to fold these out. I'm not going to worry about pressing open. I'm just pressing. Okay, so that's the base of our tail. So now we are to assemble this to the base of our tail, and then we will add the water. These may not line up perfectly, but they look good together. They look like they're perfectly lined up, but if they're not, it's okay. Okay, so now I need to put the sides on this. I'm going to go ahead and press this so when I put the sides on, everything will be flat and easy to attach. Boy, this fabric is acting like I'm singeing it. But I've got I'm only on 2 on my heat setting. So these are our sides. And I am just going to lay these on here. And now this is just me showing you what I'm doing. I'm probably doing it wrong. I am kind of following the instructions. Kind of. So now just take the other side. And I'm going to go ahead and start this. And then I will line everything up. So this is the top part of our block. So now I need to add my water on here. And like I said, this wasn't, it was 1 inch shy. And I'm pretty certain this is the water and not the tail. But, you know, and like I said, I'm not going to worry about it because I can fix that. I can adjust it however I need to make sure it's, you know, long enough or tall enough. Make sure we are lined up here. Okay, this is my second block that I've got done. Isn't that fabulous looking? Oh, I'm loving that. So guys, that's 2 of the blocks for our North Louisiana Quilters Guild shop hop. And I will be doing the Haberdashery's foundation paper piecing one separate. So that'll give us 3 of them. But guys, this has turned out really pretty. Now, of course, you know, my stuff don't line up too great. You know, right there it didn't line up, but you can't tell it. You can't tell it. So, but I am going to add that additional inch down here on the bottom just to make sure I'm squared out and I'm the right size. So, thank y'all for joining me. Give me a thumbs up before you head out. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. Click on that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing that we do here. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.